How's it going, everyone? Sarai the Samurai here with another Wedlocke video. If you don't know what a Wedlocke is, here are the basic rules. This is probably my favorite Nuzlocke variant because it adds a whole new dynamic in terms of difficulty and it puts a huge limit on your team building. So for this run, I will be playing with the hardcore rule set, so no items in battle and I must play in set, which makes a Nuzlocke where you can only switch between a pair that much harder. I'm also playing with Dupe's Claws and I'm not allowing Mega Evolution. I do hardcore Nuzlocks like these all the time on my Twitch channel, but lately I've been a little stuck on this Deathless Nuzlocke I've been playing. So, I'm very excited about this challenge since it's something different, and a YouTube exclusive. If you enjoy watching Nuzlocke content, definitely hit that subscribe button on the bottom right. My goal for the first 3 months of 2022 is to hit 1,000 subscribers, and with your help, I know I can reach that in no time. Alright, now that the call to action is finished, let's get into the challenge. I start off the game choosing the male character, and after being reminded of the pecking order in the house, I meet up with some neighbor kids, and I am able to choose my starter. I decide to go with Fennekin because I know that fire types, and in some degree psychic types, are pretty hard to come by. I name it Dr. Strange, kicking off my movie-titled nickname theme. After beating Shauna's chest spin, and getting Pokeballs from Serena, I catch a female Pidgey, completing my first pair. Then, in the forest, I run into a male Pansage, which, as much as I love Gen 5, the monkeys are the worst additions in those games. Oh well, at least Simisage is kind of okay. I name him the Lorax. Then I run into a female Fletchling, and the Lorax has a partner. I name her Cinderella. Then I manage to find a Riolu. It puts up a bit of a fight, almost killing Dr. Strange with a counter, but I do manage to get it. I name him Shang-Chi. A little later I'm ready to battle Viola. She leads with Surskit, and I lead with Pidgey. Surskit uses Quick Attack, and I go for a Gust. After taking one more Quick Attack, Surskit goes down to another Gust. Out comes Vivillon. It goes for Infestation, and I go for Sand Attack. The residual damage does a bit, and then a crit tackle takes Pidgey down to 2. I use Sand Attack one more time, and Infestation's residual damage takes Pidgey out. Man, I really hate this Vivillon. I send Fennekin out next, and after taking a tackle, I use Ember. Vivillon's next tackle hits, and Ember takes it down to the red. After Vivillon heals, my next Ember crits and takes it out, earning me the first badge of the game. Then I run into a female Flabebe, giving Fennekin a new partner, and then I finally encounter a female Bunnelby, which gets paired up with Riolu. Then I catch an Oddish and Illumise a Zubat as a Viper, a Hippopotas, a Machop, and an Eevee, and then I go battle Grant. He sends out Amora, and I send out Lucario. One Force Palm takes Amora out, and out comes Tyrunt. Grant's about to evolve into a Pole Tyrantrum, because after 3 Force Palms, Tyrunt goes down. I guess he took his Pokemon for granted as I earned my second badge. Then I follow Team Flare into a dead end. I battle Corona for the first time, proving that my Lucario is better than both of hers combined. Then, before taking on the gym, I battle Serena for the first time. She sends out Meowstic, and I send out Simisage. I take a Fake Out, and next turn I use Bite, taking Meowstic down to a third of health. Psybeam then does some pretty decent damage, but next turn Bite takes Meowstic out. Absol comes out next, and Seed Bomb almost takes Absol out, but a crit Bite takes Simisage down to the red. Next Seed Bomb does take Absol out, and out comes Frogadier. I can't switch into Fletchender, so I decide to stay in, and Quick Attack takes Simisage down to 2 HP. Holy crap. Frogadier drops to 1 Seed Bomb. That battle had me stressed. But now, it's time to battle Corona again. But this time, for the badge. She leads with Mienfoo, and I lead with Fletchender. Mienfoo uses Fake Out, and gets burned with Cinderella's Flame Body. Then Aerial Ace takes it out next turn, and out comes Machoke, who goes down to a crit Aerial Ace. Out comes Honlucha next. It starts off with a Hone Claws, and Aerial Ace takes it down to a third. Then after tanking a Flying Press, Flame Body burns Honlucha, and one more Aerial Ace takes it out. Then I pick up the free Lapras and go fight Ramos. He leads with Jumpluff, and I lead with Cinderella. Jumpluff hits a decent acrobatics, but goes down to an Aerial Ace. Then out comes Go-Goat. An Aerial Ace takes it down to a third of health, and Takedown takes Cinderella down to 34 health. After 2 more Aerial Aces, Go-Goat goes down, and then out comes Weepin' Bell. And Cinderella Sweeping Bells Ramos' whole team with Aerial Ace. 4th badge acquired. Next is Clement. He leads with Emolga, and I lead with Space Jam. Emolga crits with an Aerial Ace, and I start off with a Rock Tomb. I use another Rock Tomb and take another Aerial Ace. Clement uses a Hyper Potion next, and I use another Rock Tomb. After a few more Rock Tombs and some healing, I take Emolga out, and out comes Heliolisk. I switch Diggersby out for Lucario, taking a quick attack. Then I go for Bulldoze, and Thunderbolt hits super hard. My next move then takes Heliolisk out, and out comes Magneton. I go for a Force Palm, hoping to get a Paralysis, but Magneton's Thunderbolt takes Shang-Chi out. Dang. Diggersby comes back out and takes Magneton out with a dig. That was a bit rough, but I'm still in this. Next is my favorite gym leader of the whole game, Valerie. She leads with Mawile and I lead with Talonflame. I start off with Swords Dance and tank a Crunch. Then I Swords Dance again, Mawile's next Crunch activates Cinderella's Flame Body ability. Then I use Swords Dance one more time, tanking another Crunch, Roost, and then start sweeping. Mawile goes down to a Flame Charge, then Mr. Mime goes down to a Flame Charge, and then Sylveon goes down to a Flame Charge. Maybe I should have named Talonflame Oprah.
Flame Charge.
After getting my 6th badge, I catch a Liepard, a Klefki, a Bergmite, a Snover, and I climb the mountain that is Olympia. She leads with Sigilyph, and I lead with Umbreon. Sigilyph uses Reflect, I use Feint Attack. Then Umbreon takes an Air Slash, and I use another Feint Attack. After one more Feint Attack, Olympia heals, and this kind of goes on for a little while, but Umbreon comes out on top. Then out comes Slowking. I use Moonlight to heal, and Slowking uses Yawn. Then I use a Feint Attack, and Slowking uses Yawn again. I'm asleep for one turn, taking a Power Gem, and then wake up the next turn and use Swift. Umbreon takes another Power Gem, but my next Feint Attack takes Slowking out, and out comes Meowstic. It uses Fake Out, then Avatar tanks a Shadow Ball, and Feint Attack takes Meowstic down to a third thanks to a crit. Then after healing, Feint Attack takes Meowstic down to below half. Wait, what? Doesn't crit act as double damage? Anyway, Meowstic uses one more Shadow Ball, and Feint Attack takes Meowstic out. I get my 7th badge, and this is where things can get really scary. It's time to fight Lysander. He leads with Mienfoo, and I lead with Cinderella. I start with the Swords Dance, and Mienfoo uses Swords Dance as well. I go for one more Swords Dance and get hit with a high jump kick, which ends up burning Mienfoo. After roosting, I take a pretty decent Acrobatics, and then take Mienfoo out with Fly. Gyarados comes out next, and it goes down to Fly. Then Murkrow comes out, and that goes down to Flame Charge. Then Pyro comes out, and goes down to Fly. That was pretty easy, but let's flip to the last Lysander battle. He starts off with Mienshao, and I of course lead with Cinderella. I start off with a Swords Dance, and Mienshao does the same. After one more Swords Dance, Acrobatics hits me above half, and then I use Flame Charge, taking Mienshao down. Out comes Pyroar, who goes down to a Fly. Honchkrow's next, and it goes down, and here comes Gyarados. It Mega Evolves, and dies from a Fly. I may have gone a little overboard, but hey, I have some pretty nasty flashbacks whenever I fight Lysander. Then I catch a Durant and a Graveler, and if you're wondering why you're hearing boss battle music right now, it's because I come across legitly the hardest part of the game. Shauna decides she wants to battle me, and sends out a Delcatty. I send Diggersby out, and start off with an Earthquake, which does some pretty huge damage. Delcatty uses Play Rough and misses, and then Strength takes Delcatty out, and out comes Chestnut. This was a bad pair to lead with. It uses Spiky Shield protecting turn 1, and then Earthquake does like 5 damage. And Seed Bomb hits pretty hard. Then after a Rock Tomb, Seed Bomb takes Diggersby down to red, and I switch into Umbreon, who tanks a Seed Bomb. Then I use Swift, and Brick Break takes me down to the yellow. Then after King Shield, I use Baby Doll Eyes, and Chestnut uses Brick Break again. Then I Moonlight, and take another Brick Break. This goes on for a little while, but after the 6th Baby Doll Eyes, Chestnut kills Umbreon with a crit. Out comes Diggersby, and after a Strength, Seed Bomb takes Space Jam out. Then I send Dr. Strange out, taking Chestnut out with a Flamethrower. And out comes Shauna's last Pokemon, Goodra. Psychic hits pretty hard, but so does Goodra's Earthquake. One more Psychic takes Goodra out, and I'm thrown right into another battle with Tyranno. My health is too low, so I switch into Ferngully, who doesn't tank in Acrobatics that well. Another Acrobatics hits hard, and I go for Wish, which ends up being completely pointless. I switch into Dr. Strange, who goes down, and then Ferngully falls. I am so done. I switch into Talonflame and start off with a Swords Dance, tanking in Acrobatics pretty well. I use another Swords Dance and take another hit. Then I Roost and go on the offensive. Talonflame goes down to Fly, then out comes Crawdon, who goes down to a Fly, and then out comes Roserade, who goes down to Flame Charge. Tyranno is down, and of course I have to battle Trevor. Who heals my dead Pokemon? Raichu comes out, but since I'm leading with Diggersby, I have to switch into Simisear since I only have one pair left. Valorax takes a slam, and then next turn Seed Bomb kills. Out comes Aerodactyl next, who uses Skydrop. Seed Bomb almost takes it out, and then I switch into Talonflame, who isn't affected by Skydrop, and kills Aerodactyl with a Flame Charge. Out comes Florges. I use Swords Dance, and Florges uses Misty Terrain. Flame Charge almost takes it out, and I get hit with a worthless Calm-Find. One more Flame Charge puts an end to this stupid gauntlet. After adding Klefki, Illumise, Quagsire, and Hippopotas as my new pair, I take on Wolfric, using a strat I've become pretty accustomed to. After setting up 2 Swords Dances while roosting in between, I take out Abomasnow with Flame Charge, then I take out Kragonal, and then take out... wait, Avalugg lived. But he used Curse, and my next Flame Charge knocks it out. And I earned my last badge. You know what that means? It's Elite 4 time, baby! But first I gotta lose Bug's life on the way to an Electrode's Thunder. I replace Illumise with Altaria, and it's off to the E4. I entered the Elite Four, and after talking to who I assume is Lysander's girlfriend, I take on Wixstorm first, since he's the easiest member. He leads with Klefki, and I lead with Quagsire. Klefki sets up spikes, and a crit Earthquake takes it out. Then Probopass comes out. It uses Earth Power, and Earthquake would have killed if not for that pesky Sturdy. Then after getting healed, Surf takes Probopass down to about half, and after one more Earth Power, Probopass goes down and out comes Aegislash. After living on 32 HP after a Shadow Claw, Aegislash goes down to an Earthquake and out comes Scizor. I switch into Hippowdon and tank a Night Slash. Then after taking an Scizor, I yawn. And after an Iron Head, Earthquake hits hard and Scizor falls asleep. One more Earthquake takes Scizor down, and that's one Elite Four member down. Next is Darsna. She leads with Dragulge, and I lead with Klefki. I decided to bring spoiled milk for this fight, because it's time to make some cheese. I gave Klefki the Lax Incense, and my first strat is to raise my evasiveness. I use 4 double teams, and then I use 4 Calm Minds. Then I feel safe enough to go on the offensive. So I use Dazzling Gleam and take Dragulge out. Then out comes Noivern, who misses the Flamethrower, and Dazzling Gleam takes that out. Same with Druddigon and Altaria. That strategy works so well, I use it again against Semibold. He sends out Clawitzer, and I send out, of course, Klefki. I start off with Double Team, setting up 5 times without getting hit once. Then I start to Calm Mind, and that's when Aura Sphere hits. I go for another one, and get hit with a Water Pulse. I decided to go for Dazzling Gleam and take Clawitzer out, and out comes Gyarados. It misses an Earthquake, and Dazzling Gleam almost takes it out. Then as it heals, I use another Calm Mind. After missing another Earthquake, Gyarados goes down, and out comes Barbicle, who goes down to a Dazzling Gleam. Then out comes Starmie, who uses Light Screen and survives a Dazzling Gleam. But next turn, it misses a Surf, and then it goes down. That just leaves one more battle before the champion. Malva starts off with Pyroar, and I send out Quagsire. Pyroar uses Noble Roar, and Earthquake still manages to take it out. Nice. Talonflame comes out next, and I send Hippowdon out, who tanks a Brave Bird. After taking another Brave Bird, I use Yawn, and I take one more Brave Bird and use Strength, almost killing it. Talonflame heals, and I use Yawn again. Then I switch Quagsire and take a Flare Blitz. It falls asleep, and I use Rain Dance. Talonflame wakes up next turn and uses Brave Bird, but it goes down to a Surf. Then the tanky Torkoal comes out, who goes down to a Rain Boosted Waterfall. Chandelure comes out next, but because of its high special attack, Quagsire goes down to Shadow Ball, and then so does Hippowdon. I then decide to just meme on the Chandelure and send out Altaria. It uses Confide, and I use Perish Song. I Dragon Dance for 2 turns, and then switch Klefki into a Shadow Ball that misses. I lost the pair, but I am ready to take on the champion. Diantha leads with Hanalucha, and I lead with Klefki. I start off with a double team, and Hanalucha uses Swords Dance. I use one more double team, and Hanalucha misses a Flying Press. Then I start to Calm Mind, and Hanalucha's Flying Press hits. I use one more Calm Mind, and Flying Press hits again. I decide to go on the attack, and Hanalucha uses Swords Dance, being faster this one turn, but Dazzling Gleam takes it out. Then out comes Goodra, Dazzling Gleam takes that out, same with Tyrantrum, Aurorus, and Gourgeist. And then out comes Diantha's ace, Gardevoir. After Mega Evolving, it hits Klefki with a Thunderbolt, and Gardevoir goes down to a Mirror Shot. And, like that, I become the champion. I know I kinda cheesed the Elite Four, but hey, I won. And, first attempt too, baby! Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun making this, and I plan to make a lot more videos off stream like this. I feel like I've improved a bit as a Nuzlocke since the beginning of the year, and I hope that comes off in this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment. I'd love to know what you thought of this challenge, and what you'd like to see next. Till next time, peace.